Hey friends, welcome back to the Healthy Parenting Handbook podcast. I'm your host, Katie Kimball from Raising Healthy Families. This week we are doing a special series called Teen Tidbits, where I jam a little tip about parenting teenagers into a quick 5-minute episode. So far, we've talked about ownership, raising teens who take ownership of their health, their time, their responsibilities, and not just taking orders. On day 2, we talked about agency and choice, and particularly how taking agency in cooking helps train teens to make smarter choices on their own. Yesterday in number 3, we talked about how cooking helps teens let go of those perfectionist tendencies that can really be holding them back. Today, a topic near and dear to my heart, we're going to talk about how we can pass on family values through teen involvement in the kitchen. If you are loving these, hang out with me for a 15-minute workshop. Find that at raisinghealthyfamilies.com/teenvids. That's TEENVIDS, because I have 3 free videos for you this week, a 15-minute parenting workshop about the mindset it takes to raise teenagers well, and then the foundational life skill that is the gateway to all the others, plus a full-length preview of Teens Cook Real Food. It's an awesome opportunity, only available through February 2nd. By the way, if you go to that link after February 2nd, there will be something happy there. It just won't be quite this big. All right. So how do we pass on our family values in the kitchen? Here's the thing. When you are working shoulder to shoulder on a common goal, you get a chance to talk to your kids. You also get a chance to demonstrate some of your family values. I really think it is a way to transmit every possible value that you have by working together in the kitchen and eating family dinners together. However, I'm going to give you 3 examples of my personal family values, perhaps you share them, and how I pass them to my kids through our work in the kitchen as a family and through the Teens Cook Real Food classes. So first is service to others, a real heart for service and giving to other people. Second is the idea of using what you have, good stewardship of all of our resources. And third is the value of eating real food. So first, when we think about that value of service to others, what better way to serve others than to nourish their bodies than to keep them alive? I'm always telling my kids, like, we all eat in this family. We all help in this family. We serve one another. And I actually think one of the best ways to kind of like help even little kids, but also teens feel that act of service is to make food that they don't personally like. Okay. Mushrooms are a big one. So many kids and teens do not like mushrooms. When there's mushrooms in a dish, it's like, you can lean on the agency piece and say, well, you're the cook. You get to make the choice. You can leave out the mushrooms, or you can say, we were making this for someone else. So what do you think? Can you handle, can you make this for someone? And it really is like a deep act of service to make something that you're not going to eat or you're not going to like. It was surprising to me. I had a couple of surprises while filming Teens Cook Real Food because I did not always tell the teens what they would be cooking that day. I didn't always know if they were going to like the end result or not. So sometimes here we are on camera. Like, for example, we made potato salad. My family loves dill pickles. And so we're making our dill pickle potato salad with extra pickle juice. I just gave away our secret ingredient. And I've got 2 boys with me. I asked the boys, do you like pickles? Are you dill or sweet people? And the one, he says he's dill. And I'm like, good, that's what we're using. The other one's like, I don't like pickles. He's like, I don't like pickles at all. And I'm like, oh no. So, I didn't make him taste it at the end, but I had the opportunity to say, oh, well, we always remember that when we can cook food that we don't like, and that is an act of service to others. Same thing happened in our refried beans video. Turns out, I had a girl and a boy with me on that one. And the girl, Maddie, she's like, yeah, I don't like refried beans. I never have. And I'm like, oh, but I was able to just take that as an opportunity to say, when we make food we don't like, it is a great gift to others. So you can definitely pass on your family value of service. For me, it's been deep-seated since I was a kid that it is one of my missions to take good care of my resources, including the resources of the earth, the resources of my own budget, of what I buy. And so when we're cooking, it's great to be able to have the skills to say, oh, I've got some, vegetables that I purchased that are already in my fridge and they are going to spoil in the next few days if I don't use them right now. Like, how do I do that? Yes, you can throw out what your ingredients into ChatGPT now and it'll give you a recipe, but it's awesome to be able to dynamically adapt to what you see in your fridge. So I'm able to give kids these skills, give your teens these skills to open the fridge and avoid wasting food, to avoid throwing away their hard-earned learned grocery budget because they can go, oh, there's some veggies. I can just roast them. I can steam them. I can season them up in whatever way I want. We teach them to make a cream of vegetable soup where we call it, my dad used to call it end of garden soup. You can put in any veggies you have. We teach them to make a stir fry where it doesn't matter what vegetables you put in or even the meats you put in. When teens have both the skills to take, raw food into cooked food and the knowledge, they can whip up these recipes so quickly. We also teach how to make chicken stock, and that's literally taking garbage, onion skins, chicken bones, and turning it into an incredibly healthy soup base, chicken stock. On camera, the girls who made the chicken stock and we figured out how much their paycheck would be, their hourly rate in making this chicken stock compared to buying similar quality. It was shocking. The number was very large, what their hourly rate would be. Finally, we talk about real food. I do think that that's a value. I don't put morality onto food. Food's not good or bad. It doesn't make us good or bad people, but it's definitely knit into our family's culture that we attempt to eat real food. We attempt to give our bodies what our bodies were designed to eat. So we're all about these ingredients, real ingredients, vegetables, meat, whole foods. And I loved hearing from one of the families who ran the course through their household. Mom said, quote, "We are cooking real food and it's been easier than I expected. I've gotten into the habit of buying more and more things prepackaged lately, but with Teens Cook Real Food, I see the pendulum starting to swing back in the other direction as I remember or relearn that it's not as hard or time consuming as I thought to make stuff ourselves, and that it can be a lot of fun, especially together." Yes, together. That's why you can pass on any family value you have when you're cooking and working and eating together, because eating brings you together and helps you build community. I had such an amazing time building Teens Cook Real Food to help you teach your teens to cook and pass on all of your own family values.